Leadership is the process of influencing and supporting others to work towards achieving the objective. When we are forming a group, when we are remaining in a particular group, each and every group has some sort of the aims and objectives, and we must have to achieve the aims and objectives of the targeted group. So there we need the leader. So leadership is nothing but it is a process which influence, which support the others to carry out the business to achieve the objective. It helps an individual or a group to identify the objectives and goals. Then we'll have to motivate or we'll have to assist to achieve the goal. But there are certain factors which are also influence this process. The major factors are influence and support. Leadership concept is always concerned with the influence and support and voluntary effort. How you are voluntarily doing something, how you are going to achieve the goal or achieve the success. Then sometimes there is a misinterpretation between the two terms. One is leader and another is manager. Always we are in the common sense. There is no difference between the manager and a leader. But actually there are certain differences. And there are major differences between the two. A person emerges as a leader will not become the leader. We emerge as a leader. But a manager, on the other hand, always gets its own position by appointment. Everybody will not become the leader, but manager will be appointed to do the business. A leader always has some informal power, but manager has no informal power. The manager is always accepted the direction of the leader. He will have to do as per the rules and regulations. He has no personal power, but a leader has the some. We say that informal power means personal power. He can do whenever he desires to do something for the better. A leader is generally seeks the objectives of the followers. Means when the followers are there, they're accepting him as a leader, there will be the mutuality of the objective. The leader and followers, they are discussing among themselves. But the manager, on the other hand, seeks those objectives and carry out it. So definitely, according to Abraham, leadership and management, there is also different. He saw the leaders are inspiring visionaries. Leaders are always having the visionary power. They are concerned about the substances, while managers use only planners. And he is doing some sort of the process to finish the work. And Warren Berin says 12 distinctions between the manager and also the leaders. Number one is manager administer. What rules and regulations will be given, the manager can do it. Leaders has the innovative power. He thinks in the new way. Nobility is there. Managers ask how and when the work to be done, but leaders ask what and why. Why it is not done? What we will have to do? Then managers focus on system. Leaders focus on people. Managers only system, how the system will work, the manager can do it. But leaders will only consider the demands of the people. Managers are always doing the right thing because managers follows the rules and regulations. Managers do things right always, but leaders do the right thing. What the leaders is doing right. We'll have to accept it. Managers maintain, but leaders develop. Managers have a short-term perspective. Leaders have the long-term perspective. For a certain period, manager is doing something to finish the work, but leader will see the perspectives of his aims and objectives, how it can be achieved. Managers accept the status quo. What is going on, he will have to maintain it. But leaders challenge the status quo. If there will be any wrong, then he will have to challenge it. if something to be deferred, then he can change it. So managers have an eye on the bottom line. Managers are always thinking how the work to be done very properly on systematic way. But leaders have the eye of horizon. They will have to see further what we will have to do. Managers imitate the activities of the others. What the leaders say, the managers can do. But the leaders originate the activity. So there is the difference between the manager and the leaders. Managers emulates the classic good soldier. Means manager work as a soldier. Leaders are their own person. He is the leader. He can give only the direction. Managers copy the others, but leaders show the originality of himself. But quotas, there is a distinction between the managers and leaders. The basic task, deciding what needs to be done. Manager is Manager's basic task is coping with complexities. Manager is always doing some complexities work that he will have to do. He will have to finish the work. How he will have to finish the work, he will have to decide. But leaders is coping with the change. What will be the new change that the leader will think? Then deciding what needs to be done. Only manager will do as per the planning and budgeting. That it is a deductive process, he can do everything in the orderly manner. Deductive process means he will have to follow certain principles. Deduction is there. But leader will act setting the direction. He will have to set the direction. He will have to create the formula. He will have to create the principle. Inductively creating a vision, strategy, and he will have to plan how to finish the work. Number three is creating a network and relationship. The manager is organizing it with the stepping pattern. Efficiently implement the plans which is given to him. There is a structure. According to the structure, he can finish the job. And he can finish the job efficiently with the support of the staff. But in case of the leader, it is emphasizing the communication, credibility, and empowerment of the organization. The vision is high. Only implementation will be done by the manager. The vision will be prepared by the leader. Regarding the ensuring people to do the job, manager has the responsibility to control and has to solve the problem and compare the behavior of the others. If there will be any suggestions, then he can do it. But leader can motivate the people, try to involve the people in the work field. He emphasized on the values. There is the informal network among the members, and there is the relationship with the members because a leader has the follower. The follower sometimes suggest the leader how to do better. So this difference is given by the quotas. Then sometimes we say that leadership is a process and also a product. And it is a process because we will have to do certain taxes. The taxes are divided into six. One is inspire and share the vision. The leader must have to inspire the followers and share his vision for the next stage of the development. The group can achieve the development. And if there will be no unity among the groups, if the group members will not feel that the group is belonging to them, then there will be the foster of unity. Collaboration. and cooperation is essential. So team contributions should be taken into consideration and the leader can do it. When the team contributions will be there will be the product. We will have to think that we have achieved something. When we are exercising the power which is given to us, we must have to exercise the power very effectively because we want to empower others. If there will be no empowerment, then automatically others will not act properly. So it is the lookout of the leader. Exert influence outside the group. Leader's responsibility is not to function with the groups only. The leaders are have to do in the outside because the group personality always depend upon the leader's explanation regarding the group activity. Another point is that establish an environment which is very conducive to learning. Each and every moment we are interested to learn. Learning is an activity. Learning is also modifying our behavior. Sometimes we say that learning is the permanent change of our behavior. So when we are behaving differently in the group, at that time we must have to create a conducive environment. So each and everybody should have to learn from themselves. Then satisfy the work related needs. You know that the members of the group, they are all the individuals. They want to work. They are having some sort of the needs. And all the needs are to be fulfilled. And they must be guided properly. As a product, we say leadership is viewed nothing, a set of qualities that a leader must have possessed. So if the leader has these 6 above qualities, then automatically the product of the group will be the better. Because the individuals behave in the different way. There are the individuals in the different group, different organizations. They are interested that they must be guided properly so that they can achieve the desired goal. So always individuals are interested to see what type of the leader they have. Individual is seen as a leader also and is perceived to possess certain attributes. Means what type of the responsibilities are given to the individuals, they must have to finish it with the aid and advice of the leader. And he thinks that he is also a leader, he can do it properly. In the educational situations, in the educational environment, then we must have to go through the different attributes, different characteristics or qualities, which are very much essential for the leadership. And you know that the research supported National Center for Research in Vocational Education. Okay, am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you. When the telephone is coming, it is automatically closed. You know that there are certain attributes of the leaders we will have to take into consideration. National Center for Research and Vocational Education, University of California conducted the research and they found the 14 attributes of the leadership. One is adaptable and open to change. Means when the leader will be considered as a visionary, then definitely the leader encourages and accepts the suggestion and constructive criticism from the co-workers. The followers are there, co-workers are there, and they are giving some sort of the suggestion. And if the leader will not accept it, if the leader will say that whatever order I have to give, then that will be carried out, it is not possible. So one should be very adaptable, and one must have the openness to accept the change. Another point is insightful. You all know what is insight. Insight is nothing but to see within ourselves. So we must have to see within ourselves that what we are doing, what type of the capacity we have, and what type of the problem solving capacity we have. Then in the insightful learning, you know that intelligence is art in work. So the leaders reflects on the relationship among the event and quickly grasp the meaning of the complex issue. In the insightful learning theory, that we'll have to see the problem and how the problem can be solved immediately. We'll have to perceive something. What we are knowledge, previous knowledge we have, then we'll have to take it into consideration, and which knowledge is applicable, then we can able to accept it and take to solve the problem. So in case of the complex issues, then the flash of an idea, the sudden idea will help us to solve the problem. Another is team building. The leader facilitates the development of the cohesiveness. You will know that cohesiveness is nothing but it is the combined efforts of ourselves, execute, and also cooperation among the people at work. That if the people will not united, if the people will not work, if they will not have a cooperation and coordination, then automatically a team will be collapsed. The leader's responsibility is to form the team with the cooperation and coordination among the members. Then the leaders will not go away when there is the problem, willing to accept the responsibility. The leader willingly assumes the higher level of duties and functions within the organization. So definitely he will have to accept the responsibility which is given to him. And if the leader will avoid and give the higher responsibility to the others, then the members of that group will not accept him as the leader. Another point is motivate others. Motivation already we have discussed. If there will be no motivation, then the environment will not be conducive for others. So leaders must have to create an environment where everybody will be motivated to work as per the best. Communication. Communication is very important factor. You know that always if there will be a tussle among the members and the leader, then there will be no solution. If you are the leaders, then you have the capacity to listen very closely to the people when they are working. And when you are organizing the program at that time, it may be orally or it may be written. You must have to circulate your message and you must have the patience listening to the other. Then there will be the communication will be the better. Visionary. You know that leaders are always see the future. The leader looks into the future and creates to do new things. And if the leader will organize the team properly and carry out the business, then automatically we'll say that the future plan and program of the leader will be successful. Networking. The leaders are always taking the help of the co-workers or group members. But if the leaders have no networking, if the communication will fail, if the leaders have no networking with other people who are the asset to the group, then definitely there will be some problem. So the leader should develop the cooperative nature and cooperation among others and inside and outside the organization. Sometimes when there are a group of people are there is definitely the problem. Personal shortcomings are there, personal problems are there, and all the personal problems, shortcomings should be solved by the leaders because the group members must have the confidence over the leader. That leader with collaboration with others, strategy or techniques will be decided and that will solve the problems immediately. Next problem is planning. You know that to achieving the objective, anything we want to achieve in future, we must have to plan before. Planning is there, execution is there, and evaluation is there. If the leader will take the help of the others, in case of the planning, the shortcomings of the planning will be finished. Then automatically it leads to get the new ways and means how to reach the objective. Decision making is also another point. You know that leaders make timely decisions for the better interest of the organization. How? You know that the leader of the organization is always aware of the problems of the organization and also the success and failures of the organization. So all the informations are available with the leader. When the informations are available, we must have to analyze it properly. And we must have to find out the key point. And the relevant conclusions should be done immediately by the leader. So decision making is very important. Another point is delegating the power. The leader will not do everything by alone. The leader appropriately and effectively assigns some responsibility to the other. And he must have to supervise it. Because assignment of the power to the others will make the work very easy. Next point is managing the information. The leader identifies, collects, organizes, and analyzes the essential information which are needed for the organization. The leader collects the information, identifies it, whether it is viable or not. Then there will be the analysis of the information. Then automatically there will be a solution. And that is very much needed for the organization. Ethical. How the people will accept you as a leader? Because when you are fair, when your honesty will be judged by the other, when the people will feel that you are working consistently, you are having the principles of fairness, you are having the good conduct, then everybody will stand before you and everybody will very close to you. They will accept you as a leader. But if you have no ethical sense. If you will not think that what is wrong and what is right, if you have no principle, then automatically everybody will reject it. These are all the 14 characteristics already we have discussed. One is adaptable and open to change. Number two is insightful. Number three is team building, willing to accept responsibility, motivate others. Communication is there, visionary is there, networking is there, confident and accepting to self, planning, decision making, delegating, managing information, and ethical. And another additional attributes are there. Number one is tolerance of ambiguity and complexity. Always you will have the good road to drive. Rough roads are also there in our life. So definitely when we are going on the route, then definitely we'll have to face the problem in our life. Life is always full of problems. Similarly, in an organization, the leader will have to face the problem. Then when we'll have to face the problem, when we'll have to face the big and difficult situation, during that period, we must have the tolerance of ambiguity and complexity. If ambiguity is there, if some complexities are there, then definitely we'll have to patience. We'll have to tolerate for a while. Don't be agitated. Don't be aggressive. Number two is courageous, risk taker. Will be the leader who will go on ahead. Suppose there is a strike. If the leaders will go in the back, then nobody will consider him as a leader. The leader should go on the front. So definitely, always you must have to take risk. You must have to try your best to get the new ideas, and you must have to fulfill the loss or failure of the organization because you are the leader. You must have to take the risk. You must have to implement the new thought of yours. Then initiating, same thing is there. Frequently, you will have to introduce the new thing. The old and traditional methods are not accepted. Always you must have to accept the new thing, new method that is related to innovation, that is related to new idea, new method, new devices, new technology. Because something should be new for us. Always the group people are interested. So persistent, you know that whenever you are working in a particular matter or particular thing, you must have to deeply thought about it. You must have to work persistently. You will never stop it. You continues to act on the beliefs what you have. Sometimes you will have to face unexpected difficulties, but you must have to achieve this success if you will persistently work overcoming the disturbances what is happening on your path. Next point is conflict management. When you are living in a particular group, you are the leader. So many conflict situations you will have to face. You will have to face the conflict, and the conflict should be open. And the constructive solutions you will have to find out, discussing with your followers. Because if you will discuss in a democratic manner, then automatically the solution will come from your friend. and which solution is accepted by all, it should be implemented. But when there will be a conflict, you cannot meet the conflict, you cannot have any type of the solution, then definitely you will be irritated, you will be aggressive, you will lose your temper, there will be imbalance in your emotion. So definitely there will be the every possibility of the frustration, that I will have to not remain as a leader, I will have to resign. So during this period, you must be tolerant, and with planning, you must have to solve the problem. Because you are the leader, not for you only. You are the leader for the common cause. You are the leaders for the others. So another point is committed to common good. Committed to common good means works for the benefit of the entire organization. You are working for the entire organization, and when you are working for entire organization, you are committed that you must have to do for the others something good. And if you will avoid, if you will not show your commitment, then automatically your group will suffer.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Then hello,
Your voice is
Your
not
voice is
audible.
not audible. Someone is ringing, that is the problem. Okay, now it is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next we'll have to discuss that we are committed to common good. Again, that fellow is creating this disturbance. That is WhatsApp calling, I think. Okay, am I audible now? No.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Am I audible? No.
No,
Hello?
sir. Your
No,
voice
sir,
is
your
not
voice
audible.
is not audible. Okay, again that fellow is calling.
You are not audible,
Not
sir.
audible, sir. How we can avoid all these things? What is the procedure? Okay. What is the procedure? How to avoid the calls and WhatsApp call? Okay. Hello. Am I audible
Yes,
now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. That when you are in the particular group, then definitely you are committed for the common good, because you are meant for all. So definitely you will have to face the problems, you will have to face the conflict, you will have the frustration, you will have to decide one day that I will leave the leadership. But always you must have to consider the goodness of the others, that why the people choose you as the leader. So you are committed for the common good, then you must have to work for the benefit of the entire organization, not just for yourself only. So if any stress you have, then you must have to effectively deal with that stress. And if you have the high pressure, then automatically you can able to find out the ways and means how to minimize your stress. And there are so many leadership styles we'll have to discuss later on, and appropriate leadership styles you will have to accept, and it will motivate the others to work under your banner. Then sensitiveness is there, respect is there. The leader shows genuine concern for the feeling of others, and also respect individuals as the individual. So you know that why we are saying that you should be very sensitive, because you are the leader, but the members who are your followers, you must have to give respect because everybody has this self-respect. Then when we are concerned with the leadership quality in the educational institutions, then definitely there are certain procedures you can able to system you must have to follow. Set the pattern and guide the outcomes of cooperative action that in the particular school or educational institutions everybody is working and you must have to take the cooperative action of the others and it will give the results or it will give the outcomes of the results. Okay. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hmm. Then in the educational system, then we must have to set the pattern and guide the outcomes of cooperative actions, and we must have to guide the educational programs. Means the teachers should guide properly, and we'll have to share the decisions among ourselves, and we must have to rely on the decisions we are sharing among the others. And there will be the common understanding, the common purpose and common goals are there, and that should be combinedly we have to achieve. And you know that we must have the cooperativeness and we must have to be united among ourselves and we must have to work together. If we will not cooperate each other, then it is not possible on the part of the among ourselves to get success. Communicate with all personnel with sense of mutual understanding because in a group everybody is there. Whenever there will be a communication, then automatically the communication should be very mutual and the understanding should be there, loyalty should be there, respect should be there. And if you will have to harm the self respect of the others, then nobody will accept you. Generate that you know that sometimes we should be encouraged to do something. When some project will be given, there will be the some inspiration that if anybody is doing the project properly, then automatically we can able to get some of the encouragement. We will get some from the others to finish the work. But sometimes there will be the differences and there will be some uh, uh, conflict among the followers of ourselves because frequently we are working together in the organization. When the organization will grow, there will be some sort of the shortcomings will come. Then we must have to resolve the problem or differences what we have. Lead by example and inspiration. And you know that always we should be the example for the others. And always you will have to be an example for the others. Then definitely if you will have to give the examples to the others, then others will get inspiration. So a leader should be the example for the others. And another thing is there in the group, you will have to give some useful suggestions, and those suggestions will be accepted by the everybody or not. But suggestions should be given in advance, and it should be discussed properly among the group, so that an organization or educational institution can work properly. Then we'll have to discuss certain principles of the leadership. You know the principles of the leadership. Also, we'll have to get a long list. Number one is know yourself. Know yourself and seek self improvement. That you must have to develop the confidence on yourself. That you should have to aware about your weakness and strength. Then after that, you will have to function properly with the group. Number two is be technically proficient. As a leader, one must have to know the job, the ability to delegate the responsibility to the various members. Because you are the leader, you must have to know that what powers will be given to others and that power will be properly implemented. Because if a particular individual having no capacity to perform the task, if you will give the task, then automatically the task will not be completed by that flow. Seek responsibility and take responsibility for your action. That always when you are giving the action or when you are uh, supervising any other functions, then automatically you must have to take the responsibility first before taking any action, because you will have to give some suggestion. Another point is make sound and timely decision. That decision should not be delayed, and always you must have to use a good problem solving method. Decision making and planning tools should be added, and leadership quality is always related to problem solving and decision making. And if you will plan properly, then automatically your half work will be done, and the problems whatever you are facing may be solved immediately, or later on you can take the aid and advice of the other. Set the example. A leader always needs to be good, because he is to be considered as the role model, and always the leader want the change. You know that Mahatma Gandhi, through his non-violence, achieved the independence. So according to Gandhi, we must become the change we want to see. That what type of the change you want, you must have the visionary, and you must have to act accordingly, and you can able to show the change which is very new and which is accepted to be accepted by the other. Know your people and look out for their well-being. That leader is always not for the comfort for himself. A leader is always successful if he will have to see the comfort of the other. If the leader will take care of others, then automatically others will accept him as the leader. Know your people first and look out for their well-being. For their comfort, you must have to work. Keep your people informed that whatever you are doing, whatever you are going to implement, and before implementation, your plan and program, if it is fixed, then you must have to communicate in such a manner so that others will be aware about of it. So communication plays an important role for the success of any organization or any institution. Another point is develop a sense of responsibility in your people, that you know that you are dealing with a human being. The human tendency is to work, but if nobody will watch the human body, the human being, then automatically there will be the human error. So always you must have to be watchful on the workers, or you must have to watchful the members who are working with the organization. Sometimes the leader may doing some sort of the wrong, but if some suggestions will come, then he will have to rectify it. Ensure that taxes are understood, supervised, and accomplished. A leader is not only to delegate tax, but also to ensure that the tax are understood by the doer, and that constant help and support is provided. Suppose you are giving a tax to a particular individual. The individual will do or perform the tax, but before doing the tax, he must have to understood how to do the tax properly. So constant support should be provided. Train as a team. Leaders are always need to ensure their members to train. Suppose you have the capability, you have the capacity, but if you have no courage to train the others, if you will not intimate the tools and techniques which are essential for the smooth conduct of the organization, then definitely you will not get success. So what opportunities you are getting, what what skill and knowledge you got in the training, that should be disseminated to the others. Because knowledge, if it will be shared, then automatically the knowledge will go from one person to another. So definitely, what type of the knowledge and information you have got with the proper training, so that others should be trained properly and others should get the opportunity to be also trained properly. use the full capabilities of your institution. You know that in your institution, so many peoples are there, so many infrastructures are there, and if you will accept it, then automatically you can get success. So there is also the different factors of the leadership are there. You know that for the better leadership, four factors are essential. Number one is followers. Every individual needs a different style of leadership. That someone is interested to work under the autocratic leader, someone is interested to work under the democratic leader, someone is also interested to work under the laissez-faire leadership. So here, if there is the individual differences, then the leadership style will be also different for the different type of the leader. So accordingly, the people will come and accordingly the people will behave. So always you will get the followers according to your leadership style. So definitely the understanding the individual differences, then definitely we must have to work properly. Okay, there are factors of leadership. Number one is followers, leaders, communication, and situation. And you know that leaders are there, they are having the followers, but you know that followers are always interested to accept a leadership quality. That leadership quality or leadership style is quite different from person to person. Number two factor is leader. Everybody is interested that his leader should be an honest one. So the leaders is that the followers decide. And if the leaders will be honest, then success will be there. Communication. Leaders are to be set as an example because everybody is seeing the leader. If the leader will not be the proper example, then nobody will accept it. Another is situation. The peoples are living in the different situation, different environment. And whenever the leader is giving some sort of the decision or judgment, always decide the best course of action. And according to the situation, according to the environment. So different behavior you will have to face. And you know that the situation will also create or elicits the different type of the behavior among the people. Whenever you are giving the judgment, at that time you must have to judge in the best manner. And which action is appropriate for it, it depends on your leadership style. Okay, maximum people are disturbing me, telephoning. Then another telephone is coming. Okay, okay. Now we are going to discuss the leadership theories. It is very difficult one to explain you the leadership theories because so many theories are there. For you and me, it is very difficult to understand because we will have to go one theory, another theory step by step. You must have the patience to listen all these things. Number one theory is great man theory. Great man theory is that great man theory is always assume the capacity of leadership, means it is inherent that leaders are born, not to be made. Sometimes we are having the concept that a leader's son will become the leader. So in which family you will have to born? If there is a leader, then automatically you will be the leader. So there is a saying that great leaders are born, not made. But sometimes you know that leadership is also depending upon certain traits which we have. We'll have to discuss next. Trait theory. That when we are taking birth, at that time we have having some inherited traits. Then sometimes some traits are particularly suitable for the leadership. And you know that some traits are identified. And these are all the traits you'll have to see. You know that when we are taking birth, at that time we are certain genes which are transmitted from one generation to another. Certain inborn qualities we have. Similarly, certain traits we have. And automatically, accordingly, we are behaving in the differently in the different situations. So we are behaving in the different situations differently. When we are behaving differently in the different situations according to the conditions of our own traits, then definitely the traits are like this. These are all some traits which we have adaptable to situation, alter to social environment, ambitious and achievement oriented. We are some extent assertive, cooperative, decisive, dependable, dominant. Means we are having the dominant nature, desire to influence the others. We are also energetic. We are also having the persistent. Means we will have to show our persistent to do a job by any means. In Oriya we can say jiddi. Self-confident. It differs from person to person. Tolerant of stress. Maximum stress a person can tolerate if he has the traits like this. Willing to assume the responsibility. We are not interested sometimes to take the responsibility. But we are interested to take the responsibility if we have the willingness to take the responsibility. These are all the traits. Sometimes we'll have to discuss regarding these skills. The traits and skills are quite different. Suppose you are intelligent. Intelligence is inborn. If you are intelligent, you are very clever. If you are conceptually skilled, if your concept is clear, if you are intelligent, your concept is clear, then automatically you can adapt the situation properly. Sometimes we are very creative by nature. Sometimes we are also diplomatic. We are tactful. We are having the skill of speaking. Speaking capacity will differ from person to person. The group text has some sort of the basic knowledge. We must have to acquire beforehand. Administrative ability, that is also one type of skill. Persuasive nature, how far you are giving the inspiration to the others to do a particular job, that is persuasive nature. How far you are socially skilled, these are all the skills which are essential for the leadership, and these are all the traits which the individual must have to possess, and that will determine the personality of the individual, because the personality theory, the trait theory is there, and trait and skills are very much essential for us. Another is contingency theory. Contingency is nothing. Contingency fund, when we are considering that when we are getting a stressful period, at that time the fund will able to help. That is known as, in Oriya, we can say akasmikata tattva. That is the leadership is also there. That we must have to work with the co-workers theory is there. So you know that sometimes we are having the positive factors and negative factors. Positive factors are our friends. Those who are very helpful, cheerful. They encourage us to do something. Negative factors, sometimes our friends are becoming unfriends. Whenever we are getting help from the others, nobody is there to help. Sometimes they're gloomy. Then these are the negative factors which are affecting the personality. Three factors are there. Identifier for the leader. Leader-member relationship. That is interpersonal relationship. The leader must have to follow. If there will be no good interpersonal relationship, then there will be no proper communication. Another factor is their tax structure. We are giving some sort of the tax to the subordinate, and we are giving instruction to finish it. He may finish it in the structural manner or unstructural manner, but he must have to associate it with the task. He must have to accomplish the task. How the task is defined to him and how he can able to complete it, it depends upon its capabilities or capacity. Another point is position power. Position means, you know that here the position everybody desires. In family we deserve the position. It may be a small position or you go. Position power. The degree to which the position itself enables the leader that if your leadership is accepted, then you will have to get a better position. So you must have to keep the position. Then another theory is situational theory. Situational theory means, you know that we are having in India, we say that paristhiti tattva. We are living in the different situation. Situational variables are there. Situational factors are there. According to the situation, we will behave differently. So the basic assumption is that the leaders depends upon the range of the situational factor. How? You know that directing the leaders define directing the leaders means there are so many followers are there. The roles and tasks of the followers should be fixed and decisions are made by the leader and it should be announced by the leader. So communication should be given in the large way. So if the direction will be the better, why you are calling? Please wait a while. I am sorry. So definitely the followers should have to follow the directions of the leader. So another point is coaching. When the leaders define the roles and give the tasks to the followers, they seek some ideas and suggestions, and they will have also to give some ideas and suggestions to the leader. So decisions are to be taken by the leaders. It is the prerogative idea. So if the communication will be there, and if there will be no the two-way communication, then the communication will be the failure. So definitely, number two, coaching means you must have to provide the training or coaching to your followers. Another thing is there, supporting leaders. It is also the assumptions what we are facing in the situational theory, that when the decisions are passing from one person to another, or when the decisions are given day by day, if the tax allocation will not be given to the follower, then the leader will not facilitate the other here. So definitely the leaders must have to control when all the informations will come to the follower. Delegating leaders also, another point, that when sometimes you will have to take the decision regarding any problem, but if anybody is ready to take the responsibility, then you will give it, but have the control over it. Sometimes how the leader will be involved, the follower should decide not to take any type of the decisions immediately. Another theory is behavioral theory. You all know that it is always related to the behaviors of the person concerned, because behavioral theory are always related that what type of the behaviors you have. In the beginning, I have told you that there is a belief that great leaders are made, not born sometimes. Previously, I have told you that great leaders are born, not made. But here we can say that according to the behavior, we will have to choose the leader. Sometimes we will have to make the leader. By born, one not become the leader. There is no king, there is no kingdom. In a democratic setup, everybody can become the leader if he has the capability. Based on our actions, it is also the reactions of our mental qualities and internal state of mind. So accordingly, according to this theory, people can learn to become leaders through teaching and observation. If you will give proper teaching, if you will observe the behaviors of themselves, and if there will be the modification, then one can able to become the teacher. So sometimes we say that through behavior we can able to make the teacher and make the leader. Next is managerial guild model developed in 1964. 5 different leadership styles are there. That is one, impoverished means poor quality of management. That is laissez-faire leadership. Laissez-faire leadership is what? That is no consistency taking a decision. One will able to accept the suggestions of the other, which is good, it will be accepted. And if anybody is persuaded, then he will have to take the decision, alter the decision. Another is country club management. The managers in this position have great concern over the people. Means we must have to concern with the people, not the leader. Authority compliance. They consider creativity and human relationship. That whenever you will have to become the author, or you are considered to be the authority, then definitely you will have to consider the creativity. or the human relationship of the others. Another point is organization man management. Next is team management. Already we have discussed. Then another is participative theory. Participative theory means we'll have to take the cooperation of the others. That a leader should always encourage the participation of the group members. The leader retains the right to allow the input of the others. What suggestions they are trying to give, you will have to accept as a leader. It believes that people are more committed to action where they have been involved. If you will give the opportunity to involve in any process, then automatically you will have to get success. Another is management theory. Management theory, that is to be considered as transactional theory, that how you are managing the system. If you will give some rewards, if you will give some punishment to the workers, then they can able to work. Another theory is relationship theory, that is known as Sambandha theory. It is transformational theory. You know that when you are becoming the leader, you can transfer something from one group to another, one person to another. And transformational leaders are always focused on the performance of the group members. If the group members will perform properly, then automatically the leaders will give to be recognized. Leaders are to be recognized. So these leaders are often high ethical and moral standards when the leaders will connect with others and also want each person to fulfill his or her potentiality. Then development of teachers' leadership skills. You know that the leadership skills can be developed. Initially, the teacher capacity building opportunity programs should be undertaken in the school. It will develop the leadership skills. It may be the full-time or part-time training should be provided. Next is leadership opportunities at the institutional level. And you know that sometimes leaders are also getting the training. Professional development will be there. But sometimes the other faculty members or teachers should given the opportunity to foster their leadership training. Professional development centers are there, which are providing the opportunity for the educational leaders. There, the teachers are showing their leadership qualities and they are demonstrating their skill how to finish the programs properly. Next, we can say that some formal programs are to be developed for the leadership program. One is continuing to teach and improve one's own teaching, organizing and leading peer reviews in the school practices, provide curriculum development knowledge, participate in the school level decision making, and leading in service education and assisting other teachers. You know that continue to teach and improve one's own teaching. You must have to improvise your teaching. You must have to organize and peer review programs in the school. Curriculum development knowledge you must have to provide to others. And school level decision making program you must have to participate. And sometimes we are also getting the in-service training and other assistant teachers are to be encouraged to get the in-service training. And we must have to get the performance evaluation. And if our performances will be evaluated by the headmaster or the principal, then definitely we will have to get success. Already we will have discussed the leadership You know that leadership is the process which influence and support the others, and there is also difference between the leadership and management, leaders and managers, and leadership exists as a process and also a product. Four factors are there: followers are there, situation is there, communication is there, and leader is there. Great man theory. Sometimes we say that great leaders are born, not made. But when we think about the behavioristic approach, then we say that leaders are made, not born. Great theory is there. There are certain inherent qualities and traits which make you the leader. Contingency theory will consider that there are so many particular variables which are related to our leadership. Situational theory is always related to the situational variable. Behavioral theory is always related to our belief and thought, and sometimes with that great leaders are made, not born. And participative leadership theory suggests that the ideal leadership style is one that makes the input of others into account. Management theory is always transactional theory. It focuses on the role of the supervision, organization, and group performance. Relationship theory is transformational theory. Management theory is a transactional theory. We can manage everything through transaction. Here, relations theory is transformational theory because we can transfer the relationship from one to another. And you know that there will be the great connection which is formed between the leaders and the followers. This is regarding the unit 5. Just after 1 minute, then we will have to go to another unit 6. Leadership styles. You all know that the leaders are the agents of change, because if we will not get the leaders, then we cannot expect any change in the society. Suppose the corruption is there in the society. If the social workers will not raise the voice, then the corruption cannot be sorted out. So there will be the leadership in the political arena. So many leaders are there. Some political parties are fighting against the corruption. Some political parties are also doing the corruption. But some people are in that party, those who are very innocent and they are very sincere regarding to the service of the people. They will think for the betterment of the people. They will think about the health, education, and sanitation for the people. So the leaders must have to be equipped with certain skills that will enable to realize the group aspiration and group aims and objectives. Suppose we are providing the training to our teachers. So after training, what happens? The teacher will have to learn certain skills. He will equip with certain skills and competency to deal properly inside the classroom situation. And he will also taught there the psychology. So he can able to understand the student or the people. Then when the teacher is having the psychological knowledge and content knowledge and methodology, then the teaching will be very fruitful and everybody will accept him. So the teachers are to be considered the leader. And the teachers as leaders are the individuals who are able to channelize the teaching learning process properly in the meaningful manner, in the interesting manner. So when we are going to discuss this unit, at that time we want to know the characteristics of an ideal teacher. When we are observing the characteristics of an ideal teacher, here I will say some versions of the Gita. And you know, I am not adept in Sanskrit, but I can say that in Gita, chapter 16, I think, to Ahimsa Satyam Krodha, Styaga Santire Vaishunam, Daya Bhutesu Luluptam, Mardhabang Hirachapakalam, Teja Kshama Dhrutis Chaucha, Matro Honi Ho Nati Manita, Bhavanti Sampada Daivi, Mabhija Tasya Bharata. It indicates that the of Odia meaning is that କ୍ରୋଧହୀନ ହିଂସା ଶୂନ୍ୟ ଉଦାସ ଶାନ୍ତ ଅନ୍ୟର ମନ୍ଦ ନ କରିବା ଜୀବ ପ୍ରତି ଦୟା ଧୀର ସ୍ୱଭାବ ଲୋଭହୀନ ଲଜ୍ଜାହୀନ ଧୃଷ୍ଟତା ଶୂନ୍ୟ ତେଜ କ୍ଷମା ଗୁଣ କାହାର ଅମଙ୍ଗଳ ଭାବେ ନାହିଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସମାନ ସମାନ ମନେ କରେ ଏହି ସବୁ ଗୁଣ ଆଭିଜାତ୍ୟ ଦେବତା ମାନଙ୍କର ଯେ ଏପରି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରେ ସେ ଦେବତା ତୁଲ୍ୟ ତାର ଅର୍ଥ one who is the leader we must have to say that he must have the fearlessness purity of heart fastness in knowledge yoga giving control of senses sacrifice study of the scriptures austerity and straightforwardness and his also harmlessness we can say follow the truth and peacefulness is there, crookedness, absence of crookedness, compassion should be there, and gentleness will be there, modesty is there, and absence of fickleness is there. That means you know that there are so many good qualities. We say that the social virtues, what we have, fellow feelings, sympathy, love, we can say that cooperation, all these things are to be considered as the noble virtues. A person is having noble virtues, then definitely to be considered as a good leader. So the good leader should be very not in a position to do any harm to the others, always speaks truth, and he should have the absence of the anger, and he should, we say that one type of the sannyasi, and he should live in very peaceful manner. There will be no crookedness, and he should be compassion to the others, and he should have so the gentleness and fickleness absent should be there. So if a person will having such type of the noble qualities, then we can say that he is to be the leader. So theories of the leadership style, we can say that leadership can be a formal aspect. It may be the political, it may be the business leadership. It does not matter. That is formal leadership. Another is informal leadership. That is friendly leadership. That leadership, we say that it is in the abstract term. We can able to lead something. That is the leader, and leadership is nothing but a skill, or we say that it is a competency. So leadership is based on the various leadership theories, and number one leadership theory is laissez-faire style, that is delegative style, that is leave it be. Whatever may be the situation, I will be the leader. I will have to accept all the decisions of the others. No continuous feedback is essential. That type of the leadership is not accepted by the us. Do not lead at all, failing in supervising the team members. That is a callousness. Always we'll have to provide the bad service to the others. Failures will be there. That is the laissez-faire leadership. Another is bureaucratic leadership. That is, bureaucratic means no space for new ways to solve the problem. Bureaucrat means they will give the direction, they will give the order, and that order will be carried out immediately. That you know that it is usually slow paced. That order will go if the bureaucrat will able to circulate the order properly, then it will go to the lower level in the later stage. Suppose you know that in the schools and colleges, the government organizations, bureaucrats are there, they are doing some sort of the orders and it will come to the uh, lower stage, then automatically it will be implemented. So there will be not to be leaders here are not to be speed up. The process is very slow and there will be the anxiety among the members who will carry out it. A charismatic leadership means charisma wali leadership. Charismatic leadership is committed for a long run. We'll have to accept him as a leader. That if we'll see the person, then automatically we can accept him as a leader because he will give the opportunities to others to work and success will be there. Wherever he will have to go, he will have to do the work properly. And you know that he takes time and hard work for the team member and the confidence is built up and automatically he will able to do the better for the group. That leadership is very attractive leadership. We can say that the particular leaders to whom we will say that is charismatic leadership, we can say देखते देखते love हो जाए. That whenever we will see that person, we will consider him as a leader. That from his look, from his behavior, from his attitudes, if we will observe, then we will have to accept as a leader. But when we will say that autocratic style of leadership, here the leaders have been given the power to take the decision. Authority, autocratic, autocratic leader. This leadership style is good for employees, not for public. The employees will have to accept the order. They will have to carry out. There will be the close supervision of the certain task because the autocrat is there. I think that the king or queen is there who can give the order and it will be implemented by everyone. Educational institutions do not prefer this type of leadership because we have the creativity and we are having the personal commitment. So our staffs are not in a position to accept the order to be implemented properly in the rigid manner. A rigid and structure and formal supervision is being to be done, definitely, but it gives us the dissatisfaction. If there will be always inquiry, if there will be always in the process of confrontation, if always there will be the official work to be done, if always we'll have to enhance the process and we'll have to take the decision making very fast, it results the job dissatisfaction. But I will have to accept the democratic or participative style, and this type of style is accepted by the all. That you will have to listen to everybody. You will have to accept the ideas of everyone. As a leader, you will have to study all the ideas and considering all the aspects, you will have to take the decision. Suppose you have the idea, you have to implement the idea. but you will have to take the decisions of the others. And directly and indirectly, you will have to present your idea before the member. And when there will be a discussion, then automatically your idea will be accepted by the other. And others will feel that they will have to others will feel that they are the part and parcel of the decision making. Then automatically they will accept all these things, and automatically the team will function very properly. The team members contributes to the final decision, and it increases satisfaction and ownership by their own members, and definitely will feel proud of it, and the final decisions will be taken by the leader. So you know that democratic or participative style is very attractive, and we'll have to find a democratic leader there. And sometimes we'll have the people oriented style. People oriented leader is one that in order to comply with the effectiveness and efficiency and support and train and develop his personal increasing job satisfaction, and will have the genuine interest to do the good job. People oriented, that is, the people will participate, they will show their effectiveness, show their efficiency, they will support, they will get training and develop his personal and increase the job satisfaction. Another is tax oriented style. Tax oriented leaders are there, those who focus on the job only. They are concentrate with the specific task assigned to each employee, and they will have to do the task, and after that we will have to reach the goal. So leadership style here suffers. The same motivation issues are in the autocratic leaders, because tasks are given by the autocratic leader, and tasks are assigned to the people, and they will have to finish in time. And this is also one type of the autocratic leadership, and it requires close supervision and control to achieve the expected result. Because if there will be no close supervision, if there will be no control, then we cannot achieve this success. Another is servant style. The servant words itself is very lower. That by any means we will have to achieve the goal. That it is the instrument of the employees used to reach the goal. Sometimes we will give the commanding voice to get the change, but this type of the leadership will not get the result in fast. We will have to get the result in the slower motion. And you know that this leadership style as well as democratic leadership style tend to achieve the result. But this type of the leadership will achieve the result in the slower motion. Another is transaction style. Transaction leaders means the powers given to a certain person to perform certain tasks. And if one will perform the certain task, then definitely the reward and punishment will be given. And if the task will be completed, the rewards will be given. If task will not be completed, the rewards. Therefore,
Nothing is audible, sir.
maximum telephone is coming. That's why I am facing the problem today. I want to know that how the calls will be blocked. then automatically there will be no call in case of WhatsApp and also the telephone. Okay, now I am audible. I think I am audible.